Hello everyone, welcome in Study with Money session, and today our topic is what is DHCP and why it is useful in networking section. So first, what is DHCP and how it works? DHCP is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It provides identity to the machine and it provides unique IP address to the system or any client in the network. It means whenever any machine or any system or in a real-time scenario, whatever the gadgets we are using it, and when it connect into the network means suppose you are using any system into your via your Wi-Fi device or via router. So what is happening? Initially, that machine don't have the IP address, so it have only MAC address. MAC address is a unique address for every device. So it will, in a world, every device have a unique MAC address. So whenever any machine connect in the network, so what is happen? It it have a 0.0.0 address with the MAC address, and it broadcasts to all the devices and that request is called DHCP discover, and it broadcasts every machine or every system in the network which is available that who I am. The meaning of DHCP discover is who I am, and so so the DHCP server which is connected into the network, it understands that this request is coming for one particular system which don't have the IP address because it will come from the 0.0.0 request with the MAC address, so it will easily understand by the DHCP server that this particular device don't have the IP address. So in the second request, DHCP server send to the machine that, okay, this is the IP address. Would you like that IP address? So what will happen? This system, this machine, again again is confirming that, okay, I like this IP address. Can you assign this IP address in the third request? Then again, DHCP server will, when it get the third request, the DHCP server send the fourth request that, okay, now I'm booking your IP address, but you need couple of more other information into your machine so that you will be the part of that network. So that request, when it get the machine, get all those information and install into their machine, then that that machine will become the part of the network. So that is the way how any new machine become the part of network. So it 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 goes from the four request, and via four requests any system when it will reboot or any or newly join to the network, it become the part of the network via these requests. Okay, so now I want to understand what the information this DHCP provide to the new system, which is which is into the fourth request. Into that request is called the DHCP scope. So we'll learn into the second topic, into the second slide. Okay, so in DHCP scope, I have a couple of requests. So now you can understand in this way that a router, as I discussed into the earlier previous videos, that router works also like a DHCP server, because whenever any new system join into the Wi-Fi or so what is happen, router provide the unique IP address to that device also. So at that time router works like a DHCP server. So how exactly, what type of information DHCP server provide to the client? Why I'm saying client? Because every system have a DHCP client, and that client is responsible for sending requests to the DHCP server. So what the information DHCP server provide into the fourth request, that name, description, starting IP, ending IP, subnet IP, excluded IPs. So name and description. So every DHCP server have some name and description, starting IP and ending IP. So every DHCP server works on some particular range. That in this particular range, any DHCP server will lie. Subnet masking is like they have a different network scope, and on that scope, any device can work. So we will understand into the next slide that what the subnet masking is there. So right now we can understand in this way, this is the one of information which is inside into the DNS server, inside into the DHCP server, and exclude IP means the few IPs which is always excluded. So which is not which is actually not giving to the any particular system. It is only reserved for those particular IP address, like a so like this printer, it is always the part of the always the part of the DHCP server, so it is a reserved, or you can say the excluded IP. So excluded and reserved is like a similar type. So those IP is not giving to the anyone. So it is especially for that particular system only. Lease duration means it's work only for the particular duration only. After the particular duration, that that IP address changed, and router address is like this router have a particular IP address, so that is the that is always be this constant. And DNS server is like it is also like any domain name or IP address and route and DNS provider information. It is in 10th information. So these are the 10 reserved values which is every DHCP scope have. Now we need to understand what is subnetting. Subnetting is there are the three type of classes: class A, class B, and class C. So class A have a network ID, and the rest of the three octet are the host ID, means they have a more huge range of the host systems can connect. If class B means two octets are network ID and two are, so it is a less host ID less systems can connect with that class B network. And class C have a 3R network ID and only one host ID, so it has a only uh, less systems can connect in this network. So as we can understand in class C, that if the three networks are have a 255, 255, 255 and 0 to 255, 255, 255 and 255, so host ID can connect between 0 to 255, but two are reserved. 0 and 255 is reserved because 0 is for the network ID and 255 is for the broadcasting information. So rest all the IPs are reserved for the systems which can connect. So suppose if any router which is belongs to the class C, so at that time 254 machines can connect with that router. So that's what is subnetting. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and here we discussed about the DHCP server, why it is useful, and it is important for the networking point of view, because you will day to day you will understand them. So many times we are asking it is a DHCP request. So we need to understand DHCP is needed when any system need IP address. So and how that system get the IP address via client to server via 4 requests. So I hope you enjoyed. So we will meet into the next topic. Thank you. Thank you to everyone.